everyone, my name is Leanne and today I'm bringing you episode 8 of What the Hell Happened to My Hauls. It sounds so bizarre to say that we are already on episode 8, we are already in August. If you've not seen an episode of this series before, I will leave the previous episodes linked down below, but essentially this is a way of me constructing a TBR where I look back on all of my old hauls and I try and read the unread books in the corresponding month. So in this month I'm looking back at all of the books I hauled in August of previous years and trying to read them in August of 2018. So in August 2015 I hauled 9 physical books. They were all Little Black classics and I have read all of them. That was Lord Arthur Savile's Crime, Femme Fatale, A Pair of Silk Stockings, The Communist Manifesto, It Was Snowing Butterflies, A Modest Proposal, The Telltale Heart, The Fall of Icarus, and The Yellow Wallpaper. From August 2016, I hauled 16 books, and I have already read 12 of those. One of them I unhauled, and that was Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I had a Penguin cloth bound edition that I unhauled because I wanted to collect it in the Penguin English Library edition. And the other books that I have read are Treasure Island, The Green Road, The Cursed Child, Girls Will Be Girls, Contemporary Irish and Welsh Women's Fiction, Teaching My Mother How to Give Birth, A Little Prince, Everything I Never Told You, The Country Girls, Girl Up, and The Girl of Ink and Stars. The first book from that haul I have left unread is A Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. This is actually a signed edition that I picked up in Foyles when I was in London. It must have been the time when I went to see The Cursed Child. This is kind of like a fantasy story that is set in a desert. And we have another fantasy story, and that is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This did the rounds on BookTube quite a few years ago. It was really popular and I've started to see it do the rounds a little bit again, and I'm seeing very mixed reviews about it. So I would be interested to see where I fall on that spectrum. Next up I have Faceless by Alyssa Scheinmel. This is a YA book that is about a girl who has her face burnt in an accident and then she has a face transplant. I've not actually heard a lot of people talking about this book, so let me know down below if you've read it and what you thought of it. And the final book I have left unread from that haul is Arcadia by Ian Pearce. Now this book is super intimidating to me. I've heard a lot of positive reviews of it, but in those reviews people always tend to say that you need to really be in the correct headspace for it, that it's quite intricate and tricky, and I've been having like a little bit of a reading slump, so I'm not sure how well I'm going to get on with this one. It's also relatively chunky, but we shall see how we get on. For the past few months of What the Hell Happened to My Hauls, I have been prioritising my physical books because I want to decrease my physical TBR, so I have been like neglecting my ebooks. But I will tell you about the ebooks I hauled nonetheless, and do let me know down below if you have any thoughts on them, and I might just pick them up anyway, or I'll know for future reference. So I hauled 22 ebooks in that month, and I only read 6 of them. This is probably the height of my buying way too many ebooks, more than I was interested in, more than I was capable of reading. I've actually not bought an ebook in over a year now. But anyways, the ones that I have read are The Vegetarian, Asking for It, Glitter, Holding Up the Universe, As I Descended, and Eileen. Left unread I have Stumm, Trouble, which is a book that has been on my TBR for so long. What's a Girl Gotta Do, which is the 3rd book in the Spinster trilogy, and I've just been putting that one off because I don't want the series to end. All of the Above by Juno Dawson, The Strange and Beautiful Sorrow of Ava Lavender, Be Frank with Me, The Birds in the Sky, Leaving Berlin, The North Water, His Bloody Project, Holding, In Order to Live, Serious Sweet, The School Days of Jesus, All That Man Is, and Men Explain Things to Me. I'm not interested in reading all of those anymore, but there are a few, like I mentioned, that I am interested in picking up, so we shall see how I get on, and maybe I will pick up a couple of those. And from August 2017, I have exclusively ebooks that were hauled. You know a minute ago when I said that I hadn't bought an ebook in over a year? That is true, but I have been hauling them continuously since then. Essentially, I ended up buying way more ebooks than I felt like hauling, so me buying an extreme amount of ebooks coincided with a period of me making booktube videos where I just wasn't in the mood for making hauls, and I've been trying to like catch up on that because I want this channel to be a place where I record all of my reading life. I hauled 14 ebooks in that month. The ones that I have read are You Sad Feminist, Bone, This Impossible Light, The Music Shop, and Plum. Left unread, I have Us by David Nichols, How to Find Love in a Bookshop, The Versions of Us, I Love Dick, Night Walking, The Bricks That Built the Houses, Commonwealth, The Regulars, and An Untamed State by Roxane Gay, which I now actually own a physical copy of, so I'm going to add that on as well. So, this is my What the Hell Happened to My Hauls TBR. Despite there being a couple of chunksters in there, this is definitely manageable. I'm trying to be quite kind to myself with this challenge because I just don't want to put pressure on my reading anymore. I realised that I had got to the point where I was reading more for numbers, I was reading to reach goals rather than reading to enjoy myself. So I have realised that I need to be a lot more kind and not beat myself up when I'm not reading the books that I was supposed to read that month. Anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Do let me know down below if you have any thoughts on any of these books. If there are any that you think I should be prioritising because you think it's just the best book in the world. Anyways, I hope you're well and I will talk to you guys in my next video.